Chief Executive Officer at Top of the Line Healthcare Staffing. I am a native of New Jersey. I've been a resident in North Carolina for 20 years. I have an amazing husband and 5 beautiful children.
Thank you all for attending this extraordinary event, and tonight we are taking the time out to thank our nurses for all the care they have provided to all the patients, friends, and families. We dedicate this night to celebrate your commitment, your compassion, your perseverance to providing top-of-the-line health care to all patients.
Say breakthroughs in the room.
Breakthroughs in the room.
It's yours if you want it. Anticipating.
Anticipating.
Always has worse going on than you do. They always have more going on than you do. And if you look at it like that, you will understand that compassion comes automatically.
Went ahead, you apply for your EIN, you got that first with your company name, and you go to the state level to apply, and it's no longer available. Now you have to do additional paperwork just to try to get everything balanced, right?
We are doing a Make the Call to Get the Client challenge. It's a 5-day challenge, and I want you to be a part of it. If you are a healthcare staffing owner and you are suffering with getting clients, hospitals, nursing homes, whatever your niche is, whatever.
We adore each other. We love being with each other, right?
No, I adore it. I enjoy it. I love it.
I don't know what you're going through, but we stopped by to tell you that what's in front of you is bigger than what's behind you. Your destiny, your promise, your future. You might as well shout before you get it, because God sent me here to tell you that what he has for you is gonna be big.
I believe
That it's my season.
that it's my season.
You ought to declare that over your own life. Say, I believe.
I believe.
Go, and you want that person to have that integrity, that professionalism when the door is closed, because that's what matters. Is diabetic or you're diabetic, it's a chance that you might lose some type of sensation in your feet. So you always want to touch the water when you get in any type of bath water, when you're immersing yourself in like a jacuzzi or anything.
So how do you see your journey from that point in time till now, and what is it now that you are aiming for? What is it that you seek for yourself?
So right now, I'm just seeking to touch medical professionals nationwide, because, accountability kicks in, and that is what we have with our medical professionals. We make sure they are all of that when the door is closed. So
that's awesome. And
that matters most is your family, your health, and your happiness. You have to choose happiness over anything. And my husband, I love him. I say, look, you happiness over anything. Okay. All right, y'all. Wait a second. Yes, Carl.
Go ahead.
You sure? Okay. If you could ask somebody a question, right? If you had a chance to ask somebody who built a business, who's building a business, who's building multiple businesses, one question, and it was for free, what would you ask them? All right. So let's get to it. This is, where's that banner at? 15-minute live Q&A with your CEO 3 times, the real Alisa Applewhite. All right, so we are going to get to the banner. Why do I go live Monday through Friday, y'all? It's simple. People keep emailing me, calling me, texting me, asking me questions about healthcare staffing, about business, about family, relationships. I get a lot of questions. So I decided to go 15-minute live answering your questions. And primarily, we've been answering a lot of business questions, so I'm super excited. We answered probably 2 or 3 relationship questions, but keep asking your questions, right? You get a chance to ask a business consultant like me, somebody who has a physical business like me, a question for free, right? And I answer it. I give you 3 things on how I think this should help answer your question. Okay. So keep those questions coming. We supposed to create a website for y'all because I'm tired of DMs and emails. Like it's getting excessive. Like we cannot. My team, oh my God, jeez. They be like Alisa, like these DMs be crazy sometimes. And they be from like old dirty man. Stop being old and dirty. God, Jesus Christ. I know everybody know I'm married. So keep asking the questions though, but DM me on Instagram for sure to ask the question. All right, so here we go. Episode 149, how to find healthcare support staffing near me. When I seen this, I had to think about it. Like, what do you mean? So how to find healthcare support staffing near me. I want to know what somebody mean, but I answered it based on what I thought it would be. All right, so how to find healthcare staffing support near me. Let's see the 3 things we pick. I gave you 3 answers on, I think, to answer your question. I don't have the clock on, and I need to have the clock on. There we go. All right. So number 1, Google. I'm thinking when you say healthcare support staffing, I'm thinking you're saying like CNAs, phlebotomists, people that assist the primary role of somebody in healthcare. So I would definitely check Google. Like you can Google healthcare support near Charlotte, North Carolina, near Memphis, Tennessee, near Atlanta, Georgia, and it should populate now. Based on how much the healthcare agency or company paid for that advertisement, of course they're going to populate first, right? So you'll see your Aya Health, you'll see your favorite healthcare staffing. They are the industry giants in healthcare staffing. So you'll see them populate. And I'm quite sure they have a big marketing budget than any other place. But the great thing I like about Google as well is when you search in a specific area. So if I search Huntersville, North Carolina, top of the line healthcare staffing will pop up. Okay. So with that being said, I would definitely go to Google to look for healthcare support staffing near me. Most of the time people call dentistries call, back doctors call, so chiropractors call. I'm trying to use basic terms and not the big words. Eye doctors call, right? Healthcare staffing agencies to say, hey, do you got staff temporarily that I can utilize just for 3 months, 6 months, a month? How about just for today, right? So definitely start with Google. Google is like the brain to the world. So definitely start with Google when you are looking for that staff. The next thing, how to find healthcare support staffing near me, the unemployment office. So this is really good, right? If you are an employer, a business employer, and you can talk to the unemployment office and see if there's like some type of credit or something that you would get for hiring somebody off the unemployment list. Now, before they used to have a list, now they probably do everything electronically. So you can probably call and say, hey, do y'all have a list of employees that are looking for work in healthcare staffing support, right? And I'm not sure if you get like a credit off of it. I know with social services, you can get credit from that depending on if you hire somebody receiving welfare or Medicaid, any type of public services, but I'm not sure when it comes to unemployment office. If you find out, let me know. And I'm definitely going to do my research on the back because now I'm intrigued to know. I want to know, what credits that anybody can get when you're in business. So this is another way, but you can definitely go or contact the unemployment office in your area and say, hey, do y'all have any healthcare support staffing that is looking for a job. All right, so how to find healthcare support staffing near me. The next one, social media groups. So this is, I think, the best kept secret in everything that you do. People, most of the times, they look on like job boards like Indeed, Glassdoor. Another one, resume.com, where you can review people resumes. But people be sleeping on social media groups. All right. So the majority of my jobs as a travel nurse came through social media groups. I joined social media groups for nurses primarily. I liked it because it was just like a random stranger created a group, and it was also based on specialties. So if you're looking for healthcare support staffing, depending on what type of support you're looking for, you want to join as an owner. You can join, and they'll ask you not to do recruiting and stuff in there, but at least you'll get to know. You can ask questions like, hey, where do it seems like you can't find a job, or where can I find this CNAs or whatever. But you can join a group specifically for CNAs, specifically for RNs. You can get even more in depth and join groups for ICU nurses, med surgical nurses, telemetry nurses. Like, it can become very, very focused. And I found myself joining a lot of focus groups, particularly also price groups. Groups that say, hey, look, I want to get paid this amount. Now, be very cautious when you're doing these groups. Do not give your personal information online. I always tell people that. I was bad for that. When I was a nurse, I was really bad for that. Like, a recruiter like, hey, we got this position, just send me your resume, send me your information, and wouldn't verify if it was a true legitimate company. All right. So my suggestion to you is to join these social media groups, right? If you are hiring, make sure that you advertise and tell the group for sure that you're advertising that you're hiring, but they have a direct page that they can go to for proof, or a number that they can call for proof, to make sure you're a legitimate business. Now, if you are the support, you want to make sure before you send your resumes, your documents, anything out, that you call and they are a legitimate business. Another way to verify is the BBB, Better Business Bureau. You can check, see if they're registered there. DUNS, you can also check the DUNS to see if they're registered there. That's Dun & Bradstreet. But before you give out any information to anybody, just make sure that you verify that they are real, because during COVID, you had a lot of people pretending to be recruiters and taking medical professionals' information. So medical professionals were sending it to them and found out that it was a fraud. Okay, so be very, very careful, because social media groups can be created by strangers, but at the same time, I found a lot of jobs in social media groups. I'm talking about a lot of big contracts I found in social media groups. And the great thing that I like about the big agencies as well, they have social media groups where all they do is post what they got going on, especially crisis contracts. So like things that, hey, I need somebody right away to be on the floor today type thing. They have that as well. So how to find healthcare support staffing near me. You can do social media groups. You can do it on all platforms, and literally just search near you, right? And the great thing that I like about Facebook for sure is they give you suggestions on the type of groups that you should join based on your profile. Okay, so somebody's keeping some type of information. I'm just saying, because they always hit it right on the head when it comes to suggestions for groups that they think I should join. So definitely join social media groups. You can find support staff there, and people got to remember, like, it's like I just want to hire an employee. No matter what I'm doing, I just want to hire an employee. No matter what I'm doing, I just want a client. Y'all, you got to build relationships with people, period, right? Even if they don't need you now, don't mean they're not going to need you 10 to 20 years down the line, okay? And if you are in business, I always tell my students this, you're in business for two reasons. That is to build it up, to give it to your family and pass it down generationally, or as to build it up and sell it to me. Now, if there's a third option in there, please somebody let me know, but I have two options and that's it. Either I'm going to stick with it until I can't stick with it no more, or I'm going to build it up so big that I sell it for a price and exit. Okay. So how to find healthcare support staffing near me? Number one, we said Google. Number two, we said unemployment office. And number three, we said social media groups. All right. So why do they call me CEO 3 times? Everybody's a CEO 3 times in their life, y'all. Just understand that you're bossing yourselves. You're bossing your business, you're bossing your family, your community, right? So at minimum, everybody's a CEO 3 times in their lives. But we call ourselves CEO 3 times because we have 3 companies. The first company is called Top of the Line Healthcare Staffing, where we staff medical professionals in hospitals, doctors' offices, and nursing homes. We have TOTLHS Heart of Gold Inc. This is our nonprofit. This is the baby that houses the Heart of Gold Gala. Also helps us take care of our medical professionals. And then we have the real Alisa Applewhite Consulting. This is where we consult everyday people on how to build a healthcare staffing agency from scratch. We teach medical professionals how to get to the next level as far as if they want to go into ICU or ED nursing. We do speaking arrangements. We have a book called Make the Call to Get the Client. We do workshops to teach people about business management, time management. It's so important. God, time management is so important. I mean, we can literally do something on time management every day, right? So super, super important, y'all. I'm super excited about the community that we're about to release. I'm not giving it a date because then it's going to be real. It's going to be real. Now, I'm not ready for it to be real because I have to finish up some stuff on the other end. When I finish that, boom, I'm full throttle into that. All right. So I'm a full throttle girl. So we do a lot, me and my husband. Make sure you are following me on all social media platforms. The Real Alisa Applewhite. Again, that's The Real Alisa Applewhite. We want to get a shout out to the people that's sending love. So we got Mr. George Vernon. I'm coming to the book club today. Thank you, bro. We have Tiffany Tayus. Tayus. I said, it's Tiffany, y'all. She be killing in real estate. That's Tiffany. All right. So follow Tiffany on Instagram. We got Manel. It's Michelle. All right. Michelle Love. I hope the baby's doing great, darling. And then we got Miss Sports Sense herself, Cynthia. She said, hey, sis, how you doing? Welcome to the live. Y'all go and follow me on all social media platforms and just go subscribe to the YouTube channel now. All right, just go and subscribe to the YouTube channel right now. I'm not playing these games with y'all. Okay, go do it. All right, so as always, I absolutely love y'all. I want you to go out and build a relationship with God because number one, God is going to be the only creator that is going to sustain you when you want to quit. And listen to me when I tell you this. Every day you go to sleep, you don't want to quit. But every morning you wake up, you got to push yourself to get through, right? So if you have a consistent plan where every morning you're doing the same ritual, every evening, it's almost boring. But at the same time, you got to be consistent on this journey, right? So David Shan says something that I absolutely love. He said, David Shan is the leader of the morning meetup. He said people spend 30 plus years just messing up their life, right? Just doing crazy stuff. And as soon as they start a business, in 4 to 6 weeks, they ready to quit because they can't change what they messed up in 30 something years. Right. So just give yourself grace, y'all. Give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. I can't express this enough. Give yourself grace. In the process of giving yourself grace, go hard for whatever it is you want. Go hard. Like when you wake up and you breathing, do your ritual, your meditation, you're praying, read your Bible, read your book, whatever that ritual is. But then when you get a chance, you go hard. You go hard on your business, and then you go hard on loving your family, and then you go hard on loving yourself, however you do it. But remember, if you stress about what you can't change today, you won't have the mental capacity to change anything. So now you go to sleep and you wake up, you missed the whole day to change anything, just move the needle. So what I'm saying to you is that you have to learn that what you do in that day was okay. Give yourself grace. It is okay. If you did one video that day, it's okay. If you did 800 videos that day, it's okay. If you did that day, if you paid one bill collector that you owe, it's okay. Now you got the next day to focus on paying the next bill collector. You know, you giving it to God. You are truly giving it to God. You're releasing it to God, but you got to put in the work, right? So I am talking to myself as I'm talking to you. You got to give yourself grace. You can't beat yourself up for what you didn't do the last day or the day after that, or how many days you just was in your mode, right, of not doing anything. You're here today. You're breathing today. God loved you enough to say, breathe today. Okay. And we have to get to that part of just, as Ashcast says, of just being. Just being. So I am being, but I'm doing. You understand? So be and do. And be and do so you can have. I like when Myron Golden say that. He breaks that down so perfectly. But God absolutely loves you. Go, I know without a shadow of a doubt. I'm telling you, I feel it, I know it, I live it. If I have not built a relationship with God, my life would have been way more horrible than I can have ever imagined. So go out, build a relationship with God, build that personal relationship with God. Nobody can teach you if it's real or how perfect it is with God, because it's intimate. It's between you and God. All right. So go and start talking to God. All right. So as always, I love y'all. See, it's already the 15 minutes is up. Cynthia said, you are doing your thing, lady. Love it. Awesome. Yes. I'm learning that today. Praises be to God. Yes. I love teaching people. I really do. I just don't like spending the whole day doing it. I'm just being honest. So I love teaching people, but not all day long. Just I know I want to answer your questions, but I know that every moment that I'm teaching, somebody's learning something. But then every moment that I'm not teaching, I am growing my business, my dreams, my goals, my family. So I absolutely love you. Sis, I'm gonna try to get on there. Not try. I'm going to come up there tomorrow early because I have an 8 o'clock that we teach. So I know you start at like 7:47, so I'm gonna jump on real quick. But definitely, y'all go and follow Sports Sense with Miss Cynthia. She does a live on Wednesdays where she reps up your business for free. She won't charge you nothing. So go and do it. All right. So as always, I'm going to leave you with this. Go build a relationship with God. He absolutely loves you. Waiting for the conversation, y'all. Just go talk to him. For real. It ain't that serious. Go talk. Oh, and my favorite one.
Time is not promised to anybody. So you have to be very intentful with your time. Because the simple fact of when you are in business, you are given so many tasks, you're given so many things to do that if you don't have a specified time on when you're going to do these things, when you're going to target these things, then they get lost in the sauce, right? And you should always do your intent schedule based on what has to be done now. What needs to be done right now that's going to generate revenue for my company or my business, right? How to get to the, as David Shan says, how to get to the bag now, right? So that task is always within that 1 hour block where you break it down in 15-minute circles, or you can break it down in 30 minutes, however intent you want to be. Intent for me is 15 minutes. I want to know what I can accomplish in 15 minutes. And when we get a little bit more intent and see, I want to know what I can accomplish in 5 minutes, right? But right now, see what you can accomplish, because the thing that is going to get you to the bag first or get you increased revenue is the thing that's going to keep your business going. So you have to prioritize, right?